Hi, everybody. Welcome again to the Real Estate Rundown. I'm Robert, and this is Ayvrie. Today, we're going to sit down and talk about the heart she brings to our team and in her role as the Director of Agent Success. So, welcome.
Thanks.
So, let's get into it. You joined our team March 20th, and what made you bring, or what brought you to the Green Door Group? What was the attraction?
Well, I mean, certainly at the time I was not looking for anything, but I think the attraction was that when you and I met, that the heart you had, the way that you spoke about your agency, your organization, your people here, that was very attractive. I loved just your heart behind not just real estate, but the family that you have here, basically, the way that you spoke about them, the things that you wanted, the values that your group here have and that you live by, that you created this business on. So that was the attractive part to me. And then it made me question, do I have that already? Do I want more of that? And then in what way, what could I bring to the table? Was there anything that I could do to benefit an organization that already was very much living by a high standard and high values, and a great organization that had great heart behind it.
Sure. I know when we were talking, we were kind of discussing some of the things that you like to do, and some of your heart, some of your drivers, and you like to educate people, you like to do things, and so through the conversations, it came up that the Director of Agent Success. I mean, it just kind of rang true with you. It rang true with your heart. It rang true about everything. And so tell us how that transition, of coming on board and becoming that Director of Agent Success. What's it been like for you?
It's been so amazing. I love every day or every evening, anytime that I'm working on something or an agent reaches out, to know that everything that I have learned thus far in my career and that continue to learn, that it's benefiting somebody else as well, not just my clients or not just my people or who I am impacting, but that it's there for the greater good. To see that there are so many things to continuously learn and to know, and for so many people in the industry who have poured into me and who continue to pour into me, all the different places to get the information, all the new things. It's really exciting to be able to tap into those things and then come in here and turn around and then reproduce it, or to give it back to whatever the situation is for each of our agents in here. So that is my heart. That's my heart behind everything that I do in the industry, or really always have done. I've always been a teacher in some sort, not in a classroom with little kids, but through my former career of being a firearms instructor and working in television a long time ago to aid the on-air staff there and deal with public relations. It's always come from a teaching heart. Bible studies, my children, and I felt like this was a really great natural connection between not just learning the things that I love to learn about, but being able to really impact agents coming in to be hungry for knowledge too, to know how to seek that for themselves when they need to seek it, and not just rely on other people in the industry to tell it to them, but teach a man to fish and he's going to feed himself for a lifetime is really the idea behind that. Is I want to teach that.
Well, and real estate it's ever changing, just in regard to how it's done and a transaction, things like that. But you add the extra element, they change legislation, they change the ruling, they change law. Keeping caught up with all that isn't quite the easiest task. And so, I mean, as real estate agents, we're tasked with following up with that. But as a leader role, it's even more imperative all of us have to kind of follow that and keep it going, and making sure agents are known or knowing of the new changes. So since March, a lot's changed. What's evolved for you personally, and then what's evolved for the team?
So personally, I love that I have a team where there's so much collaboration. Just to walk in here every day and for an agent to ask a question, and for it not just to solely rely on me or Angela or broker for the answer, but that we all get to collaborate and answer well, these are the situations I've been through. Or you get to say the situations that you've been through. And now we have an agent who has multiple ways, multiple lenses to look through for dealing with a client or a potential situation that could come up. So that is a really exciting part, to walk in here and be able to collaborate every single day. It's wonderful to see agents who are stepping up for one another too. They're not just in here for themselves to how can I have great business for me, but how can I take what I've learned in here or in a situation, and now I can turn it over and visit with an agent and help them through maybe the same situation that I have been through. And so to know that we can problem solve together is really exciting, and really everybody is just in it for each other. So I think it's unusual in an industry that has independent contractors. We're all in this business to make money for ourselves. But when we work together, then that means that we're all making more money for ourselves, because we're helping someone else be better to bring money into the brokerage as well.
For sure. No, you talked about the collaboration, stepping in the hallway, answering questions because of this scenario or that scenario. I can recall some situations, where some offers have come in, and we sat and talked of how do we present this? Obviously we have to present the offer. Maybe it's not so favorable for the seller, but we have to find the good in it and point those things out, but also explain, hey, these are some things we can go back and do. And I don't know that necessarily that's a full option everywhere you go, but having that opportunity to just step out in the hall, hey, what was that again? That's super cool.
Yes, yeah. How would you say this in your way? Or how would you say it in a different way? What's a different perspective that I could look at this through?
Yeah. So, like we talked about, the heart and everything, when we very, very, very first started talking, and I told you that we were built different. You've lived the shift. What's the biggest standout for you? Like, for someone on the outside looking in, what is that biggest shift stand out for you?
Oh gosh, there really are a lot of things. The collaboration, that is really huge. Knowing that Angela puts each of us first, and that there's a kind of a contradiction there, because how can she put every single one of us first? But when it's our turn, she puts us first. And I love that she is very intentional about having one-on-ones with every single agent, that the things that I'm training on and teaching on is from not just a different perspective that she does, but she certainly hones in and is absolutely listening to phone calls and looking through leads and really spending the time to make sure that the agents are getting it. And so we have two different routes that we can take to teach agents so that they are doubly educated, they are doubly confident in what they're doing.
For sure.
And so for her and I to work together on that is so exciting. But for her to give me as much attention as she does the other agents, to ensure that I'm being successful, not just in my own business, but what do I need to help agents grow? Do I need other resources? Do I need time to do something? And so that is something that I think she does really, really well. And that benefits every single one of us because of the diligence that she puts into ensuring the time she has with each of us.
And it's one of those things too, that it doesn't matter if you're a brand new agent or if you're, if you're in there 5-10 years. I mean, look, every one of us can afford to learn something, and to have that opportunity to be able to sit down one-to-one, no matter your level, if you will. I mean, not that there's skill levels, but your ability to help clients, no matter what age, quote unquote, you are in the business, whether you're brand new, 5 years, 10 years, that's kind of cool to have that ability to sit down.
Yep, absolutely.
So one of our last questions here, if there's an agent out watching, listening right now, and they're feeling stuck or curious about what it's like on the other side of the door, what would you say?
Stop by our office. Come check us out. You are welcome in here to come see our operations and to visit with us. We are open books around here. Call me, text me, let's go do coffee. Truly no pressure. I have coffee with agents all the time, and they say, not interested in changing brokerages. I'm okay with that. Okay. Let's get to know each other. Let's be better for each other in the industry as a whole, because if we are all working we're all working from the same contract. We all have to know it well. We all have to be able to present it well. We need to know what the legal side of that is, because our job is very very legal. And so if we know that we've got an advocate on the other side of the deal, then not only are our clients going to be better for it,
Sure.
but that means we will, and it means our industry will be, when we can all get along, when we can all be advocates for each other, really, is how I look at it. Is
For
if
sure,
I
for
if I
sure.
know I'm working with you on the other side of the deal, or an agent who I got to have lunch with or coffee with and visit for 30 minutes over something, then I know their heart, and I know that they're truly working for the benefit of their client and me too. And so let's put that together and make sure both of our clients get the very best out of this deal.
For sure. It's all about everyone winning, not whose side's better than the other.
That's right.
So, well said. Ayvrie, thanks for coming on and taking time. I know you're busy with not only agents, but your own personal business and sphere. So, thank you for taking the time to come and visit with us a little bit and just share a little glimpse of what's behind the door at the Green Door Group.
Yep, I love it.
So, we'll see you guys next time.